What's up everybody, happy Lunar New Year for anyone that celebrates, and it's fitting that today I'm going to be reviewing the Nike SB Dunk Low Pro Street Hawker. This pair was designed by artist Jason Deng to celebrate Chinese food culture. Releasing earlier this year, it retailed for $110 US or $145 here in Canada. And the official colorway for this shoe is metallic copper, light silver, pueblo brown, and metallic silver. So simply put, this pair is wild. It pays homage to street food vendors in China, with nods to 6 specific dishes found in 6 unique cities. So straight out the bat, as you can see, these come in mismatching fashion, with the left shoe being inspired by lighter flour-based dishes, and the right shoe incorporating bolder, darker colors, representing different levels of heat ranging from sweet to spicy. And honestly, the thing I love about this shoe, not only the fact that I'm Chinese and I love Chinese food, but also these are probably going to be the closest we're ever going to get to owning a pair of the Nike What the Dunks. So first off, here's a quick look at the box. This comes in that signature rainbow colored striped Nike SB box, and then on the inside, the paper is actually printed to look like a menu. So let's jump into the details of the shoe, starting things off with the left shoe. So the toe box here is constructed out of a hairy gray suede. This mimics the color and the texture of green bean soup, and pardon my Chinese, it's terrible, but I think it's called douzhi, and it's a regional favorite from Beijing. Surrounding the outer edge of the toe box, we have this canvas material, and it's covered in this fried donut pattern, which is something commonly paired with the green bean soup. On the mid panel of both sides of the shoe, we have this embossed textured suede, which is supposed to represent shredded pita bread slices. This is a traditional dish found in Xi'an. And above this, we have this orange and white watercolor looking canvas, which represents mutton soup, which the pita bread below it is commonly soaked inside. Overlaid on top, we have this wood grain textured swoosh, which represents chopsticks. Moving further down, we have more of this canvas, and then printed on top, we have this watercolor fading, which represents Shanghai plain noodles. And then embroidered on the lateral side, we have a Chinese 10-cent copper coin. Surrounding the top of the back heel, here we have this very soft white leather. And then on the top of the back heel, we have this yellow colored canvas with the Chinese character for food. For the laces, these come with a white colored oval shaped lace, which represents one of the 4 essential seasonings in Chinese cuisine, garlic. Underneath this, we have your signature padded tongue, and at the top we have this Nike SB tag, which is done in a combination of white and yellow. The inner liner of the left shoe is done in this bright green color, and because this is an SB Pro model, there's additional padding surrounding the back Achilles area. Taking a look at the insoles, so the insole here represents a blue sky, and this is inspired by the traditional Chinese slang that implies that people treat food as heaven. And then turning the insole over to the other side, this being an SB release, we have a Zoom Air unit underneath the heel for cushioning. So the midsole on the left shoe is done in white, but it features this blue stitching that goes across, which mimics the look of the white and blue porcelain bowls. And then the outsole here is done in this bluish gray rubber. We have this circular traction pattern on the forefoot, along with this exposed foam in the middle with Nike SB branding. Moving on to the right shoe, so the toe box here is done in this metallic copper finish, and this is inspired by the look of Chengdu hot pots. Surrounding the outer edge of the toe box, here we have this synthetic leather, which almost has like a tie-dye look to it, and this represents boiling chili oil. On the mid panel of both sides of the shoe, we have this deep orange colored ostrich leather, and this is inspired by crispy roasted goose skin that's famous in Guangzhou. Above this watercolor look on the synthetic leather represents the flame and lychee wood used to roast the goose. And then overlaid on top of both sides of the shoe, we have a metallic silver swoosh, which is based off of the metal hook used to hang the roasted goose. Moving further back, we have these hits of red, yellow, and purple, which is done in this watercolor effect printed on the synthetic leather. And this represents shaved ice and taro balls, which is a common dessert found in Taipei, Taiwan. The upper portion of the back heel is constructed out of a very soft lavender colored leather. And then at the top of the back heel, we have this hit of brown colored leather, again with the Chinese character for food embroidered in black. For the laces, these come with a black pair of oval shaped laces, this one representing black pepper. Underneath this, we have a black padded tongue with this Nike SB branding at the very top in black and red. The inner liner of this right shoe is done in this burnt orange color, and it represents the color of meat dishes. Again, this also has that padding around the back Achilles area as well. And then taking out the insole here represents the scene of a bench terrace, and this is a landscaping method used to grow rice paddies. So the midsole here is completely done in white, but the outsole is constructed out of this yellow colored rubber, representing cooking oil, and again we have that circular traction pattern on the forefoot with exposed foam in the middle with Nike SB branding. So in addition to the standard laces, they also give us 2 extra laces as well, which are also inspired by essential seasonings in Chinese cuisine. So the green one represents shallots, and the yellow pair represents ginger. So I know that was a ton of components to go through, but that pretty much covers all you need to know about these SB Dunk Street Hawkers. So these fit the same to me as most of my other SB Dunk lows. So because of the padded tongue, I prefer to go up a half size. So I'm a true size 10, slightly on the wider side, and I got these in a 10.5. If you've worn SB Dunks before, whatever size you normally wear, I'd stick with that same size. Moving on to the topic of comfort, so unfortunately I don't find SB Dunks to be that comfortable, honestly. They're technically made for skateboarding, so they're going to be pretty stiff, pretty stable, and pretty flat to the ground, and there's not too much from a softness and step-in comfort perspective. With that being said though, just for casual use it's going to be fine. Just don't expect like a super plush, super soft shoe on feet. Finally, in terms of the quality and craftsmanship, overall this pair was very, very impressive. There's so many different types of materials, so many patterns, and they were able to put it together, creating a very well-made, very solid dunk release. Honestly, having these in hand, they're way more impressive than I thought when I first saw the pictures, and kudos to Nike SB for pulling off a killer release. With all that being said, now let's lace these up and I'll show you guys how these look on feet. I know the year is still early, but this is definitely one of the contenders for my favorite shoes of the year. I get it's not going to be for everyone, it is a very, very loud shoe, and the whole mismatching look definitely isn't for everybody. With that said though, again, honoring my Chinese roots, I love Chinese food, and even putting that whole theme aside, I love how Nike was able to balance like a lighter shoe with a darker shoe, and I think they complement each other perfectly. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about the Nike SB Dunk Low Pro Street Hawker. First off, what do you guys think about the design of this shoe? Are you guys feeling the whole mismatching look of the sneakers, or are these not really your cup of tea? This was by no means an easy shoe to grab. I took L's everywhere, but I just had to pony up the cash and pay resale. I don't love doing it, but sometimes when you take an L, you just need to add it to your collection regardless. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Give me a follow on Instagram at esgo8. Check out my Twitter account at sean.go and visit my website at seango.ca. So until next time, thanks so much for tuning in. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll catch you guys all in my next video.